Hi, I'm Aaas Wagstaff, and I'm a STEM Program Director at the American Association for the Advancement of Science, or AAAS. And I'm pleased to be with you today for the first ever virtual annual NOBCChE conference. Today, I'd like to share some professional development opportunities at AAAS for undergraduate and graduate students, postdocs, as well as STEM professionals. I am in the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Department of AAAS, and I hope you enjoy this presentation. So the American Association for the Advancement of Science, or AAAS, is the oldest and largest general scientific organization in the world. We were founded in the 1800s and currently have over 200,000 members worldwide. So most people know us from our science magazine, but we actually have a family of science journals on a variety of topics. So definitely check those out if you're interested in our other publications. Our mission at AAAS is simple but huge, and that is to advance science, engineering, and innovation throughout the world for the benefit of all people. Among some other programs and initiatives within our Diversity and Equity Inclusion Department are our Entry Point program, which supports undergraduate and graduate students in STEM with disabilities by helping them secure internships, research opportunities, as well as employment. Our Sea Change initiative supports institutional change at the faculty level. And we also have our Science Careers website, which many of you probably are familiar with, where we share a number of STEM employment opportunities, short-term and long-term, in a variety of disciplines and areas, not only throughout the country, but also with AAAS. So for more information about AAAS, please visit our website at www.AAAS.org. So given the recent social unrest over uh, systemic racism, police brutality, and as well as systematic racism in STEM fields being highlighted over the last few months, our new CEO at AAAS, Sudip Parent, has issued a number of statements actually addressing these issues. So please visit our website to check those statements out. Some of those statements include shut down STEM effort that we observed back in June. He also issued a statement in support of Black Lives Matter and wrote some commentary or shared some commentary on the social unrest, racism, and inequality that we've been dealing with for decades that have recently been highlighted over the last few months. So the first opportunity I'd like to share with you are AAAS conferences, symposia, and summits that we convene. The first is our Emerging Researchers National Conference in STEM, or more affectionately known as EARN. Our EARN conference supports about 1,000 undergraduate and graduate STEM majors to come present their research each year at our conference held in Washington, D.C. In February. Students come present their research in all areas of STEM. We have 10 broad STEM disciplines and about 30 sub-disciplines within those main categories. So our students present anywhere from 800 to 1,000 oral and poster presentations each year, and they compete for prize money in their individual categories. The whole purpose of the EARN conference is really to help students develop their science communication skills and hone their skills at presenting and defending scientific data and research. Also, over the 2.5 days, the students, as well as the other participants that include faculty, advisors, and STEM professionals, all engage in anywhere from 30 to 40 professional development workshops. And finally, we have an educational and career fair where students get to learn about research opportunities, internships, fellowships, and graduate school opportunities. This year, we were really excited because we actually celebrated our 10th year of the EARN conference. And so this conference has been going on since 2011. And since 2011, we've had a huge impact on supporting undergraduate and graduate student researchers. We've had over 10,000 attendees or participants. We've supported over 6,000 students to come present their research. Each year, we average about 130 judges, which we recruit from amazing STEM experts from around the country. Our students have presented almost 5,000 oral and poster presentations on their research, and we have supported approximately 3,000 student travel awards. And finally, each year we engage on average approximately 250 colleges and universities. For more information on the EARN conference, visit our website at emerging-researchers.org. Another initiative that we have is our AAAS STEM initiative. And this is a grant where we support the National Science Foundation principal investigators, or PIs, of the STEM grant, which stands for Scholarships for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. And these grants are awarded to institutions or colleges and universities to support undergraduate and graduate students to help them complete their STEM degrees. The goals and objectives of this initiative are to share effective STEM undergraduate education and workforce preparation strategies, to help facilitate strategic networking and collaboration across STEM projects and within STEM projects, and finally, to generate a sense of community and providing opportunities for highly talented, low-income STEM students. For more information about our STEM initiative, visit our website at www.stem.AAAS.org. One major component of this initiative is a yearly or every other year STEM Symposium. So our first STEM Symposium we convened in September of 2019, and it was held in Washington, D.C. We actually engaged approximately 650 participants. These included mostly STEM PIs, but we also supported non-PIs and people from the broader STEM education community to also participate. And we had about 50 STEM scholars, or the undergraduate and graduate scholarship recipients, that also participated in the conference. We were thrilled to have Dr. France Cordova of the National Science Foundation give us a warm welcome and open us up at our opening plenary. And we closed out with the amazing Kamal Bob from Georgia Tech, who really challenged us to think about being equitable in how we manage programs to support undergraduate and graduate STEM majors. So during this off symposium year for 2020, we have planned and convened an STEM webinar series. And so far we have convened 3 out of 5 of the planned webinars for this year. Our first webinar was in March, and it was on untangling knowledge generation and evaluation in STEM proposals. And that was with Yvette Pearson of Rice University. Our second webinar was with Eve Riskin of the University of Washington, and her topic was STEM program successful student recruiting methods. And then our most recent webinar was held in July with Shuli Wang, also of the University of Wisconsin, and her topic was on building equitable STEM transfer pathways for community college students. So definitely visit our website if you're interested in these topics and you'd like to view the webinar recording. The next initiative I'd like to share, I'm really excited about, is our AAAS Hbcu Making and Innovation Initiative. And this is an initiative that we've led for the last 3 years. The goal is to support HBCU students and faculty in making, innovation, entrepreneurship, and invention efforts. And we accomplish this goal through a number of platforms and mechanisms. One is the HBCU Making It Innovation Showcase that we've held for the last 3 years in conjunction with our EARN conference in Washington, D.C. in February. And this is an opportunity for HBCU student teams working along with the faculty advisor to develop innovations or prototypes that actually address the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And some of these goals include how are we going to address hunger, how are we going to address poverty, and also other topics such as developing renewable energy sources. This program also, along with the EARN conference, is funded and supported by the National Science Foundation HBCU UP program. So if you're interested in funding opportunities with the HBCU UP program, please visit the website link that's included in this presentation. Among some of the partners and collaborators that are working with us on this effort include the Small Business Association, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. We work with the Talent Scout from Shark Tank, as well as Black Tech Entrepreneurs at the Commercializer and the Nation of Makers. So for this project, we've also convened a webinar series over the last few months. So far, we've convened 2 webinars. The first one was on STEM and social entrepreneurship, a model for social justice engagement, and this was on July 14th. The speaker was Divor Roberson. She is a chemist and entrepreneur. She's amazing. She's also the founder and CEO of EU Melanin. And she also won a pitch competition where her work and her apparel line, EU Melanin, will be featured in Essence magazine. Our second webinar was held just a couple weeks ago, and that was how the making and innovation community's response to COVID-19. And the speakers for this webinar included Nina Archie of the Commercializer, Dorothy Jones Davis of Nation of Makers, and Joey Womack, who's a Black tech entrepreneur. And again, please visit our website at iie.AAAS.org, and this stands for our Inclusive Innovation and Entrepreneurship efforts. The next opportunity I'd like to share are our fellowships and internships. The first one is the Mass Media Science and Engineering Fellowship. And this is a 10-week fellowship that places early career scientists, undergraduate and graduate students, as well as STEM professionals in newsrooms over the summer. Some of the assignments or assignment posts include the Washington Post, National Geographic, and NPR. And these are open to advanced undergraduates, graduate students, and postdocs in STEM fields. The application usually opens up around October 1st and goes through January 1st. And this fellowship provides a $7,000 stipend. And for more information, visit AAAS.org/MMF. The next opportunity is our Diverse Voices in Science Journalism internship. And this is an internship opportunity that really targets underrepresented students and tries to get more diversity in voices as far as training and preparation for undergraduates who have an interest not only in STEM, but also in science journalism. And this application generally opens February 15th and goes through August. Internships actually start in August of the following year. For more information, visit AAAS.org/DVSJ. The next opportunity is the Loreal USA For Women in Science Fellowship. This fellowship is for women postdocs in all STEM fields. And each year we award 5 women postdocs an award of $60,000 to actually kickstart their research. Since 2003, L'Oreal, through this program, has awarded over $4 million and supported 80 women postdocs in STEM. To be eligible for this fellowship, you have to be a U.S. citizen, you have to be a female postdoc in a STEM discipline, and currently in a postdoc fellowship. You also have to be conducting research in the United States. The anticipated start date for the application to open up is December 1st of 2020, and the application deadline will be early February 2021. So just to highlight 2 past L'Oreal Fellows, I'd like to acknowledge Louisa Whitaker Brooks. She's a 2013 fellow originally from Panama. She's currently an assistant professor of chemistry at the University of Utah, and she is also a NOBCChE member. I'd also like to acknowledge Olivia Eberlin, who's also outstanding. Not only is she a 2014 L'Oreal For Women in Science Fellow, but she's also a 2018 MacArthur Awardee. So she received the Genius Award for inventing the mass spec pen to detect cancer. She's currently an assistant professor of chemistry at the University of Texas at Austin. The next opportunity is the Science and Technology Policy Fellowship, which I am very fond of. I'm a 2015-2017 Science and Technology Policy Fellow. I served at the National Institute of Justice, which is the science office and research wing of the Department of Justice. And in case you missed our Science and Technology Policy Fellowship panel, where we shared specific information about this program, and myself, along with 2 other alumni who have backgrounds in chemistry, we shared our experiences with this fellowship. In case you missed that presentation on September 17th, definitely make sure you check out the recording of that presentation. So basically, the Science and Technology Policy Fellowship is an opportunity to engage STEM professionals from all backgrounds to come to Washington, D.C. to work on national science policy initiatives. The fellowship is a 1-year fellowship in general, but if your office or your fellowship placement really likes you, they can invite you to serve for 2 years. But it's basically to give STEM professionals a chance to really lend their STEM expertise to address national science policy initiatives and efforts. So the majority of the placements are throughout federal agencies around the country. Those include the Department of State, the National Science Foundation, the National Institutes of Health, FDA, NIST, USDA, etc. We also have placements with associations as well. And this is just an idea of the 2019 to 2020 placements. And this is a picture of the 2019-2020 Science and Technology Policy Fellows. In a couple of weeks, we'll actually be welcoming our new fellows for 2020-2021. I just wanted to go over the application timeline for the Science and Technology Policy Fellowship. There are actually 3 phases to the application. The application opened June 1st, and it's due November 1st. It's always due November 1st of each year. In order to be eligible, you have to have completed your PhD in a STEM field, unless you are in engineering. In engineering, you can have a master's with a certain number of years of experience. So after the application deadline on November 1st, where you'll include a personal statement, if you make it to the second phase, then you'll be invited to present a policy paper to an interview panel in February. Then if you make it through the third phase, you will be invited in March to come to Washington, D.C. and to interview with the different federal science agencies. And then your actual fellowship placement begins in August of the following year. The next opportunity I'd like to share are our AAAS awards and acknowledgments for excellence in STEM. First award is the Marion Milligan Mason Award for Women in the Chemical Sciences. Now, this award is named after Marion Milligan Mason, who was a chemist and AAAS member in the 1960s. And because she, was a chemist at a time when there weren't a lot of women in chemistry, she actually wanted to encourage more women to go into the chemical sciences. So she gifted AAAS with a $2.2 million request to actually fund this award. And so this award includes $55,000, which will help kickstart research careers of the 5 women who are chosen, usually each year. This award occurs every other year. So they actually just completed the application and review cycle for 2021, and then the next application cycle will start in 2022 for 2023 awardees. For more information about the Mason Award, you can visit www.AAAS.org/Mason Award. The next opportunity or award I'd like to share is our AAAS Mentor Award for Public Engagement with Science and our AAAS Lifetime Award for Public Engagement with Science. And these are mentor awards that actually acknowledge and honor STEM professionals in all areas of STEM. And a couple of past awardees that I'd like to highlight, for the AAAS Lifetime Mentor Award for Public Engagement with Science. Our 2015 awardee was Sandra McGuire. Many of people in the NOBCChE family are very familiar with Sandra and her work at LSU, and also her work in support of NOBCCchE. The next past awardee that I'd like to acknowledge is Christine Grant. She was a 2015 awardee, and she won the AAAS Mentor Award for Public Engagement with Science. She is a longtime member and supporter of NOBCCchE, as well as NSBE and AICHE. So that concludes the AAAS professional development opportunities that I wanted to share. So I covered internships, fellowships, conferences, as well as our AAAS Mentor Awards and other acknowledgments to really honor and highlight excellence in STEM. If you'd like more information, or if you'd like to talk with me about our programs and how you might collaborate or partner with us, you can reach me at iwagstaff@AAAS.org. And now I'd like to transition to the Q&A session. And thank you for joining my presentation.